Yeah.
Ay, wait, live na pala, puta.
Ayun, yun.
Yeah, no, on the air na. What up, everybody?
Ayun, yun. What's up, everyone? Happy
The
Thursday.
Prime, Julia, nawala na naman. Grabe.
Julian, you've got problems, boy. Bakit di ka nagpapakita sa Dexcon?
Almost everyone was there on Sunday, to be fair.
Yeah, people.
We gave away
people
free
were,
tickets, dude.
People were looking for you, man.
Oh. Christian,
Prime was
what's
looking
up?
for you.
The Prime. Yeah, they were looking for you, Julian.
Yun yung patunay na hindi tunay na tao si Julian. AI lang siya.
What up, Christian? Shout out to Christian.
Christian,
for
new
joining.
patron.
New
Yeah.
patron, yeah, hell yeah.
Yun.
I don't know why he was compelled to sign up all of a sudden, but thank you.
Mm.
Thank you for the support, Christian.
Nandun yung
Also.
premium play Nathan. Lahat ng mga sprack ni Emil Nate nandun.
Hey, I try to make it less. I don't want to be so grumpy.
Anong less ulul? It's like every other day you're bitching about something.
Yeah.
Tingnan natin kung anong next basketball thing ang makakapagpabwisit kay Emil.
Well, to be fair, the first couple of days, nothing. Everything is fun.
Let's wait till Ateneo drops another game during this weekend.
I mean, there was
Joseph.
one. There was
Joseph.
one pala. There was one pala kahapon. Yung Lakers Laker fans would know. God, like, I'm sorry, man, but DeAndre Ayton.
Sorry ka na naman. Wala ka pang sinasabi.
DeAndre Ayton is not that good.
Kanina pa nagwawala si Emil about DeAndre Ayton. Hindi siya inaano ni DeAndre Ayton eh. Pinagsaspra ka na naman ni Emil.
Hey, Joseph, what's up?
May sakit na ba lahat?
Oh, yeah.
I've been cuffing my ass off for the last 10 days. Jeez.
God damn.
Hi, Bruce.
My folks in Naga told me na balik to sila sa face mask there. So it must be really
Oh shit,
really
may
bad.
pati sa Naga nagkakalat. God damn.
Yeah. You know,
It is a good time to bust the face masks out once again. So,
Actually, we still have, meron pa tayo stock, diba?
meron pa. Nasa
We could
bahay ng
actually
parents
send out
ko.
some new ones. Oh.
Kung sino may gusto, let me know.
Oh,
Just pay for shipping.
We
Kami
should
na
probably
magana.
you should probably send out a whole new batch kasi luma na yun. That was like what pandemic era usage.
Yeah, but the logo is still there, so...
Yeah. No, I mean,
Ipang premyo
alam mo
natin
yun?
sa quiz night.
madumi na siya. Is what I'm saying.
Sure.
Ipang premyo natin sa quiz night.
Pwede. Actually, oh. Can you believe that we still have use for it like 5 years after the breakout?
Okay. Hey, Bruce, what's up?
What up,
Ito si Bruce, nakita
Oh, glad
din,
to see-
ano.
Yeah, glad to see Bruce
Yeah.
nung weekend kumpara sa di tulad ni Julian.
Kasi si Bruce hindi siya AI.
Yeah, it was good to see a lot of our usuals nung
Yeah.
nung Sunday. Yeah. It was a fun show as well.
Bago yung display picture ni Julia na halatang in-AI.
May may last show pa of the year, Julian. So pwede ka pa makabalik.
Sige, Emil, plug mo siya, Lolit Soli style. 30 seconds.
Yeah, alamat on November 30. Yeah.
Please hit my music and yeet!
My name is Colin Cash Money Cannon.
What do we want to talk about?
Hey, this is the Cosmic Cactus, Paul London.
You're still just a kid. Hello, WWE Universe in the Philippines. This is Charlotte.
Because mommy is always on top.
This is Lola Vice. I love you so much.
They love my Latina heat.
What's going on? This is Xavier Woods, aka Austin Creed.
You are CM Punk.
We are pretty deadly. Yes, boy. Yes, boy.
To say his name.
Say his name and he appears.
Stan C, the voice of Philippine wrestling, University of the Philippines, Diliman.
Romoran, the fancy daddy, University of the Philippines, Diliman.
Chino Liao, Best Gout Machine, San Sebastian College Recoletos, College of St. Benilde, De La Salle University, International Academy of Film and Television.
Milnate, small forward, the Ateneo de Naga University.
And you're listening.
You're listening.
And you're listening.
And you're listening to the Wrestling Podcast.
And you're listening to the Wrestling Podcast.
To the Wrestling Podcast.
The Wrestling Podcast.
On our Wrestling Podcast.
The Wrestling Podcast.
You're listening to the Wrestling Podcast.
Yeah.
You are watching and listening to the longest running weekly episodic Filipino wrestling podcast. This is the Wrestling Podcast.
Hey!
Stan C, Romoran, and Emil Nate checking in on another Thursday live stream. And as we said nung pre-show, sana nagpa-flu shot kayo earlier this year. Sana hindi pa kayo inuubo, nilalagnat, sinisipon, masakit yung lalamunan. Because it's been going around and some of us have caught it. I have been sick since 2 weeks ago and I hate it.
I thought the vaccine would make me immune completely, pero
nope.
It's just making it weak. So I'm thankful na may palibreng flu shots yung office a couple of months ago.
Kayo, Emil, may pa-flu shot ba sa USD employer mo?
No, unfortunately, no. But I've been keeping myself healthy naman, and I'm in the house most of the time, so that's fine. I'm mostly by myself, so I'm good.
Kasi Alamat was a super spreader event, I felt.
Yeah, DexCon was a super spreader, I'm sure. Not just DexCon, but like all the proceedings leading up to DexCon.
Like, yeah, that's true. The meet and greet and the show itself.
So nagkahawaan tayong lahat, I'm sure. Sorry sa mga nahawaan ko. Hey, let's say hi to Mark Lawrence, who I'm seeing in the comments for the first time.
Hey!
Taga Iloilo si Mark Lawrence, but he lives in Takurong, Sultan Kudarat. Damn.
Wow.
Hey, what's up, man?
Hey.
What's up, Mark Lawrence? Right.
Let's talk about that.
Yeah. Let's it's pretty cool that we're getting listeners from all over the country. Kung first time nyo kaming mapakinggan, whether it's on Facebook or on YouTube or on Spotify, please do us a favor, hit that subscribe button. Sobrang laking bagay niya para sa algorithm namin. So please hit follow, hit subscribe, and if you want, leave a comment na rin, be part of the conversation. Because again, we just gotta let people know that the Wrestling Podcast continues to exist after all this time.
Yeah.
Right, we've also got an event happening on October 31. That is next Friday, Halloween. We promise we'll do our best na hindi to maging super spreader. Halloween Quiz Night is happening at Hobby Stadium. So October 31, let's put up the graphic, Jasper. We've got a lot of prizes that we have up for grabs. Si Rowan, who is one of our quiz masters, has already been showing samples of yung mga categories and questions from previous years.
Pinaghirapan na yun. Better leave a nice comment.
So go check that out. Wala kaming pre-orders. Just show up at Hobby Stadium. The party starts at 7 p.m. Prizes include a Becky Lynch snapback. We've got an Usos t-shirt, some merch from WrestleMania 40, WrestleMania 41. We've also got some Bobby Lashley gear. Ano pa ba? I think there's a Seth Rollins t-shirt in there somewhere as well.
We have toys donated by various people. Dapat papamigay ng mga viewing party pero hindi naka-claim after ng raffle. So, ang dami namin pa-premyo.
Yeah, super dami. Magpapaulan tayo ng prize. Legit. Yeah. Okay, so walang mag-aagawan, walang magkiking solo mo ng mga prizes this year for Halloween Quiz Night. We're calling it Quiz-a-Pabooza. So we will see you at Halloween at Hobby Stadium.
Nako, right. Julian, sinasabi ko sa'yo talaga, holiday yung araw na yun, ha?
Yeah, yung
hindi ka pa pumunta. Friday pa yun, holiday pa. Kung di mo talaga pupuntahan, grabe. AI ka na talaga.
AI ka talaga. Oh. All right, young Nate Word, let them know how else they can support the pod.
All right, so shout out to Christian, who is our new patron. No? He subscribed earlier today, and he's already benefiting, the perks. No, he's already benefiting from the perks of a Patreon. Again, you can do that by, I know you can do that by subscribing to Patreon or Gag. It's patreon.com/wrestling podcast and gagnow.com/wrestling to expand for as low as $5. Yun nga, like I said earlier, the Discord community is always fun, and you get first dibs to everything. And it is a way to support the podcast going strong for the last 11 years. And also another way to support the podcast is through sponsorship. So yeah, tumatanggap kami ng mga sponsorship. So if you want us to plug your product, if you want us to talk about a certain topic, or if you want me to go play it on someone, pwede natin gawin yan. It's possible. So you can reach out to us at hello at wrestlingpodcast.com or
what the hell are you talking about?
Sorry, hello.wrestlingpodcast at
gmail.com.
Ayun, sorry guys, I just
So,
woke up.
yun, magkakaroon kami ng bagong sponsor probably next week. So,
sabangan nyo.
goes to show you that we are actually a good vehicle for your brand.
All right. One more thing to plug, Emil Nate. Let them know about the awesome Converge and Netflix bundle.
All right, so shout out kay Captain Mike. Nakita
Captain
namin
Mike.
siya nung ano.
What's up, Captain Mike?
He's still working on the plug between ourselves and Converge. So, konti na lang.
So, people are wondering where they could watch their WWE programming, and you can do it in two ways. Blast TV is still there, and through Netflix via VPN, and you can experience both at their best. Through the Converge Netflix bundle, there are 3 tiers on that plan: $17.98 and $99.98 and $22.98. You get the free Netflix account, you got the experience box, you get the new modem, you get the high-speed internet, so everything, ayun na yun, lahat na yun. And the sports leagues are also starting. So if you want to also catch up on your favorite sports leagues, the best way to do it is through the Converge Netflix bundle. So you could upgrade or subscribe through the customer service email, or if there's a local Converge office in your area, you could go there as well. So thank you, Converge, for always being solid.
Saying what's up to our good old friend Martin Vicencio.
Martin, what's up, Martin?
Thank you. No, Martin is one of the MVPs ng Dexcon
for
weekend.
sure.
So,
he was working sick. Flu game niya yun.
Flu game, guy. Martin is one of the hardest workers in the room.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you for everything that you've done, everything that you coordinated for us. We have a very special episode coming out tomorrow.
Yeah. No, let's mention it. Yeah. Sorry. That very special episode featuring Lacey Lane.
Yeah.
So nakumpleto natin 3 of the headliners from Dexcon. Kid Bandit, Carlo Cannon, Lacey Lane, all on the podcast.
First time yan. First time namin makumpleto yung big 3.
Yeah. So, yun, it was by no means an easy feat. So, thank you to Martin for helping us out and making sure na nagawa natin yon so we can tell their stories on the podcast and bring them closer to you as well.
Yeah.
Good.
All right, let's talk about some wrestling, and let's start with Monday Night Raw. Meron na tayong main event for Saturday night's main event. It is Jey Uso versus CM Punk for the vacated World Heavyweight Championship. And yung Battle Royal na yun, it was a very emotional Battle Royal because Jey took his shot by eliminating his own twin brother. He took out Big Jim on the way to the win. And we kind of knew that the internet would have their feels, but I want to get your feels on this one.
I have a worker's opinion, so my opinion doesn't count amongst the general consensus. So Emil, anong feelings mo?
I mean, here's the thing. I love Jey Uso, but when are they gonna give LA Knight here a chance? Diba? He has been in the world heavyweight title scene since mid this year. And he still hasn't gotten his one-on-one title match, which I think he deserves, in my opinion, as the LA Knight character. But yeah, I mean, Jey Uso, CM Punk, that's gonna be a nice stellar matchup. Although, I do think we still won't have a world heavyweight champion by Saturday night's main event.
Grabe.
It's gonna
Okay.
no
That is an
no.
opinion.
to,
It's
bago tong
it's
ano.
it's gonna end in a no contest because the Vision is gonna fuck things up. That's what I think.
Kasi na-snub sila.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
All right.
No,
Ro, your worker's
eh,
POV.
yeah. It's not the story that people want to see because it's the story of someone they claim is overrated, doing living through a character arc that some people will claim they don't care about. But honestly, I think it's pretty interesting to see Jay's descent into madness. Yung kanyang Michael Corleone's character arc here, becoming the Godfather, the tribal chief, if you will. So I like that. I like that story. I understand that nobody else or a lot of people don't like it because you want to see the feel good. You want to have a feel good moment, right? You want to have the CM Punk title shot. You want to have an LA Knight title shot. You want the vibes. Sometimes you sacrifice the vibes for storytelling, and again, like I've always said since the Triple H era started, sometimes you will get a long term story that is a lot of emotional traffic if we can put it into words that were described to us by TJ Perkins when he was here. So emotional traffic is the stuff that you are gritting your teeth trying to get through, but in the end it's going to be cathartic, it's going to be relieving, it's going to feel good, but we have to get through this first, you know. I feel like people might enjoy the inevitable heel turn, Jey Uso at this point, because obviously he's the one showing some pretty selfish traits right now. But we have to get through this, and I understand that. Yeah, it's also fun to have a CM Punk LA Knight to have your favorites battled out, but sometimes you have to serve the people who need character development as well.
Yeah, di lang yun. Sino ng heel mo after Seth Rollins goes down, di ba? I mean, sure, you've got the Vision there, but you also need someone else to take over that spot. Kahit na sabihin mo na Braun and Bronson are probably ready, you also do need an established name. And if that's gonna be main event Jey Uso, then so be it, di ba? Tama yung sinabi ni Roy, yung emotional traffic. I mean, if we were all able to go through 1 year of emotional traffic for Cody Rhodes, I think we can go through that for LA Knight or CM Punk. Not necessarily saying na 1 year yon, but you know, I think it's something we wrestling fans have to get used to again.
Yeah. Wala eh. Talagang people are a victim of the shortened attention span, about the instant gratification era, if you will. So a lot of times it does. This is what you wanted. I mean, you didn't want the slapdash crash TV aesthetic philosophy in Vince McMahon. You didn't want the haphazardly thrown together stories of yesteryear.
Okay, with all that, I'm just gonna ask: do you want to see another Uso versus Uso feud? Because I don't. I don't want to see it. I don't want to see it again after after what happened a year ago.
I think they'll be doing something else when it comes to that. I feel like they understand what went wrong. Diba? I feel like they're gonna give Jimmy a try at being the babyface because it failed when Jay was the babyface, right?
Yep.
So I feel like they're gonna switch up the formula here. The same way, like I can speak to this from experience. Like, I ended up being much better as a heel when we turned heels sa MSG. So maybe it's one of those things. Maybe Jay is better off as a heel, and they're experimenting with that, and they're actually finally fleshing out a proper Uso heel turn. Whereas they kind of messed that up as well when Jimmy turned heel on Jay, diba? Like a couple of years ago, right? So I feel like it's worth giving a shot. I feel like people want to boo Jay anyway, right? So you might as well stop forcing na rin na going na irritate si Jay as a babyface.
Right, tangent to this, we got to talk about the Brawns because Adam Pearce banned them both from being part of the Battle Royal. So what did you think of this wrinkle? Na Raw started with Braun Breaker carrying the World Heavyweight Championship like a trophy, only for Adam Pearce to just say flat out, you're not even part of the Battle Royal. You don't even get a shot at being champion come Saturday night's main event.
Finally, some character development for Adam Pearce. I remember in my early days here at the pod, I'm always calling out Adam Pearce for being such a pushover. Diba? Compared to Nick Aldis, who, is your, no nonsense GM. But now you could see Adam Pearce doing the same thing, diba? There was a backstage segment where ginago niya si Paul Heyman. Diba? And I love it. I love how Adam Pearce is now a competent GM. It doesn't take any bullshit from anybody. So plus, you gotta delay din eh. You gotta also delay yung I don't think hot shotting Braun Breaker to the World Heavyweight Championship will be great. So, have him delay, the inevitable at some point, which I feel like it is at this point. Now Braun will be the World Heavyweight Champion probably a year from now or less than that. But I appreciate that they're telling the story first of punishing the Vision for all the shit that they've done.
Sige, Emil, i-delay natin. But you have to say please first.
That was good. That was good.
In the same backstage segment, Becky Lynch stepped to Paul Heyman and declared herself an enemy of Paul Heyman's as well. And then sinabi niya na, frankly, Seth Rollins is surprised he didn't turn on him sooner.
Yeah, I was actually pretty good. It was a pretty good detail that they put in there. Na alam niya, it also paints Seth and Becky as not being stupid. Diba? Parang like they finally watched the program. they are aware now. Okay, this is the trope. Heyman has literally flip flopped like 4 times this year, 5 times this year. Diba?
Yeah.
He went from Roman to Punk to Seth to Brock to Seth to Braun. Diba? Like 4 or 5 times, right? So finally, some self-awareness of what people are actually doing on the show, in the story, right? So pretty good. I just kind of dislike how that slightly paints them as the face, because technically they're not supposed to be. They're also dicks. Like everyone, it's ESH. Everyone's shitty here. If we ask who's the asshole,
Yeah.
But let's hope that it doesn't make them baby faces by default, because we all saw last week how Seth was a pretty shitty leader by being dismissive of his lackeys.
Yun nga yung naging observation ko eh. The last thing that Roll pointed out is that whole thing made Becky and Seth look babyface here. Diba?
Yeah, kasi angas si Becky, diba?
Oh, like it's the people can get behind this. Can get behind Seth once again once he comes back. And yun nga, he was a terrible lead. He was a terrible leader to the division. He was a terrible terrible friend to Cody Rhodes. So but let's see what will happen here. I feel like medyo matagal-tagal pa for Seth to come back here. But let's see.
No, I think Becky at least does her part to sway you into booing her again, diba? Like she appeared later in the night, or no, sorry, that was after she defeated Maxine. Or sorry, after Maxine beat her via disqualification. So parang ano pa rin, fresh pa rin na people still remember na, oh, we gotta boo Becky, siya pa rin yung kontrabida rito. I think we're at a point where sina Seth and Becky at least could exist pa rin as heels even though kaaway nila si Heyman. Kasi, di ba, parang heels can also hate one another.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. As we know too well.
Yes. So yun lang, parang like just going back to what Emil was saying na it paints Seth and Becky as faces. I don't think that's necessarily the case. Like even if Seth comes back, may injury pop yan, sure, but all he has to do is, I don't know, kick a baby or something.
No, it depends on where they want to take Seth kasi. So I feel like when Seth does come back, everything will have been forgotten, and they're gonna do the whole consequences thing when it comes to the interactions with other people. Pero by the time he gets back, feeling go, okay, we missed him, so he gets the comeback pop, and he gets a comeback face turn.
Yeah, I guess at that point, ano rin it will also depend on what the landscape looks like when he comes back. But it could be very, very different by then.
For sure.
Right. Last bit here from Monday Night Raw. We got to shout out Maxine Dupree, whose in-ring improvement is continuing.
Yeah,
This
hell
woman
yeah.
has been training very
Yeah.
hard at the dungeon under Natty Neidhart. She's also clearly been learning from Becky Lynch, who she's been wrestling for the last few weeks. And Joshi Maxine has been balling.
Oh, really
I
enjoy
love
that
this.
stuff.
Yeah.
She is a what soccer player? What, is she?
No, she was a
What is she?
cheerleader.
Cheerleader.
Oh,
Okay, so
cheerleader
athlete
for
pa rin.
the Suns ata, di ba?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Who was a soccer player? Anyway.
See, Jasmine Nix.
Yeah. Right. So yun, athletes are always trainable. Like, if you make it as an athlete, you're always trainable or almost always trainable. Unlike Gable Stevenson. But anyway, she's smart. She is smart. She's coachable. Like the fact that she gets better is a sign that she is coachable, and that is like one of the most important things that you can be as a pro wrestler or a aspiring pro wrestler. So really good stuff on her. Halos wala siyang palya dun sa match nila. So it was scripted pretty tightly, and she nails it, right? So if they keep working on her, if they keep building her up, I feel like she can be a good product of the WWE system.
Yeah, I just love this whole Maxine push lately, and the fact that she's getting TV time and against one of the biggest stars in the company. I think that speaks volumes to how much she has improved. Because if they are willing to let her have matches against Becky, like they're getting what? They're getting decent time also out there. It means na no, may improvement. Ang laki talaga ng improvement niya. And I love rooting for Maxine Dupree. Yung even during the MXM days, she was really entertaining. But now she's proving na kaya rin niya makipagsabayan in ring wise. Who would have guessed that she would have been the biggest star out of that group?
I mean, LA Knight was also part of Maximum Male Models.
He was also part of it. Yeah, forgot. Yeah. I try to forget that. Max Dupree stuff.
I think what we should remember is the fact that she came in literally as a foil for Max Dupree / LA Knight in a position that I don't think she was going to succeed in, diba? And yet she was able to hang around, and then she was able to turn face eventually with Sina Otis and Tozawa and get to a point where she actually got better. All of this despite the fact that yung in-ring schedule nila is so much different than it was back in the day when they would have the loops and the house shows regularly, diba? So it really is a testament to yung willingness din niya to get better at her craft, which is really worth respecting.
Yeah.
Di nga siya dumaan sa NXT as a character, diba?
She did. She
was Sophia Cromwell.
Yeah, she had a cup of coffee on NXT. Like I knew her as her old alter ego, and then she got called up because she was attractive, diba? And she could act.
Ano siya, valet siya nina Von Wagner and Robert Stone. Sophia Cromwell.
Oh man,
she was part of the Robert Stone brand. Young Nate Word.
I forget that whole 2.0 day, 2.0 era.
No, hindi yung 2.0. Black and gold pa yun.
It was like late. It was late black and gold. Okay.
Yeah, it was no, it wasn't late black and gold. It was already in it. It was already 2.0. Kasi it was post
Von Wagner. Right.
Pero you don't remember it because it wasn't that long talaga.
Right.
Yeah, so lots of love and lots of respect for Maxine Dupree from us here on the podcast. All right, let's take a break. When we come back, Ro and Emil are going to do some contract talk, which I will not be a part of. So first, let's get to this Emil Nate dance break. Talk about some stuff from outside the ring, which I will not take part in for obvious reasons.
Right. Okay. Right. Take him out. Okay. So usap-usapin pa rin ang kontrata ni Andrade because it is a very sticky issue with regard to a full year no compete. So it was revealed recently, a few days ago, that the no And then after that, Samantha Irvin, the former Samantha Irvin, also revealed that 1 year of her no compete is down, and she has one more year to go. So they have a two. She in particular has a 2 year no compete contract. And yesterday, David Otunga, who is a legit Harvard lawyer that Emil Nate didn't know, actually took a look and analyzed yung no compete contracts and yung contracts ng WWE in general. So he took a look at his own contract. The last one was in 2017. I didn't even know he was employed back in 2017 by
He was an
WWE.
announcer ata for SmackDown.
Right. Right. Okay. I don't remember that. So it's lost in my memory. So yung nakalagay sa kontrata niya is apparently the no compete, the standard no compete that's actually written in the contract is a full year. So one full year, that means 365 days, 12 months, 30 days. So he could not technically compete or bring in someone else to compete from WWE to another wrestling company for a year, for a whole year. And he notes that although it's explicitly stipulated sa kontrata na it's a year, WWE typically chooses to enforce only 90 days and compensates the wrestler, the talent, for those 90 days that that they're not competing for another company. So the big question now is that Otunga raises and is worth looking at is why all of a sudden did WWE choose to enforce what was written on their contracts standard na full year kay Andrade of all people when they were happy just for the entire history that we've known them do this, they've been doing the 90 days. Diba? So Otunga notes that the choice of WWE to enforce only 90 days and to compensate talent for only 90 days is strategic because if they chose to enforce a full year, people could take that to court. And a judge would very likely, he says, rule in favor of the talent kasi ethically, it's kind of terrible for it's not kind of, but really terrible for the company to sideline a talent for a whole year and not pay them for a whole year, diba? Forcing them to work elsewhere, whatever have you, if they can't work as a wrestler. So that's the fishy part of the whole thing. And of course, you don't have answers now. So the next step is for Andrade or someone to take the WWE to court and see if a judge would rule the clause enforceable, which is to say, legal ba siya? Diba? Is it lawful to enforce? So knowing all of this now, because it is a tricky labor situation, what do you think of all this, Emil?
First of all, it is kind of weird and also kind of shitty if you think about it that independent contractors like WWE has been labeling their talent have no compete clause. Kasi, di ba, independent from the word itself. So they should they're free
Yeah.
to work anywhere else if whenever they choose, di ba? So it's already kind of shitty that there's a no compete. But yeah, this whole Andrade thing has pretty much opened a can of worms that I feel like WWE doesn't want to be, doesn't want to, to happen. But because I feel like this happened because he appeared all of a sudden to the competition, not even 90 days into his firing or release, diba? So I feel like nagpanic sila and and enforce na, oh, hey, you broke this 90 days thing, so now we're gonna enforce the 1 year. But yun nga, like kung ang gusto ko na lang nangyari siguro is the WWE could have just let that go kasi they fired the guy anyways, diba? They fired him with the cause. And I know there's always a no compete clause, but at the same time, do you really want to go after a guy that you already fired? Right? You already said now this guy doesn't have any value to this company anymore. So why are you going after him?
Yeah, and the thing is, it's not equitable to sit him out for a year without paying him. If you really want him to stop, if you really want him to not appear for another company, then pay him for the whole year. Diba?
Yeah.
You have the money to pay them for a whole year. That's a problematic part kasi about the whole thing. Kasi that's the part which Otunga says is likely to be thrown out by a judge. Diba? It's likely to be struck down by a judge rather. So I feel like they overplayed their hand here. Like
Yeah.
this is a challengeable clause, and it has been challenged before, diba, Emil?
Yes. I think I've heard it on the CM Punk that shoot CM Punk promo that Alberto Del Rio, when he got fired in 2014, challenged this, this clause, because yeah, they are independent contractors. You cannot enforce a no compete clause on an independent contractor, and the judge pretty much sided with Alberto El Patron. That's why a week later he was already working, he was working in a different promotion. Kasi yun nga by default, the law and the judge will always side with the talent here. I feel like, in my opinion. So whenever there's a wrestler who's gonna go to court, or they will take WWE to court, sila lagi yung mananalo. That's why yun nga, sabi mo rin kanina na it's strategic on WWE's part to just do the 90 days with also compensating the wrestlers. But now, you open up this kind of worms, and I don't know what's gonna happen in the future. The Andrade thing might not be the only time that this is gonna happen.
Yeah. And some people are going to say, oh, but you signed the contract. You consented to the terms on this contract. And normally, yes, that's true in contract law, that yes, signing a contract is tantamount to understanding what is what the terms are of the contract. That doesn't mean that the terms can't be struck down as unlawful or
yes
unenforceable because just because you understood. Like, you can understand and also claim, no, hey, this isn't right either, diba? Even though I consented to this, I didn't know that it was also not going to be above board, diba? So that's why you can take a contract like this to court, diba? Even though you agreed to it. Like, sometimes it can be interpreted or enforced in a different way than you initially understood it when you were signing it or when you were reading it. Kaya tayo may korte. Diba? Like,
yes,
you can't always go to the consent. You can't always go to the consent argument when it comes to contracts like this, especially when the wording is also quite not ambiguous but complex, because it's full of binding legalese that lawyers write up because they're trying to avoid loopholes. Right?
Yep.
Yeah. Right. That's pretty much it. So right now we're here waiting for what happens next to Andrade and the WWE and AEW. I say for sure, Andrade's not going to take this lying down.
No.
I say
he has to work, right?
Yeah, he has to work, of course, and it's also kind of not right that they are telling him to sit out for a whole year without pay. All right, so let's get Stan back in and move on to AEW.
All right. Hey, there you go.
All right, we're back.
Good.
Okay. Let's get back to some in-ring stuff and talk about I guess Andrade's current employers, AEW. Let's start with Samoa Joe explaining you reasons why he and the Ops beat up Hangman Adam Page after that World Championship match no Wrestle Dream. So basically, sinabi ni Joe na they're the Ops. They're gonna come after everyone who's champion, and for as long as Hangman thinks he's the man, parang Joe has been reminded of who he really is, and he wants to hunt down this guy who's been playing champion.
That is exactly what the name The Ops means. And I'm glad that they actually lived out yung ibig sabihin ng pangalan nila. Kasi for a little too long, they were being too nice. And that's not very opsy. Although, you can argue na sila yung ops lang Death Riders. But now, they're the ops of everyone. So I love that for them.
What if they're the Ops regardless of who is champion? Like,
exactly.
Babyface, heel sila. Pag heel, babyface sila.
Hell yeah.
Oh, di ba the champions back then were the Death Riders, di ba? They have the Trios champion, they had the World champion. So malamang, with their interest, they're gonna help Hangman go after the Death Rider, which they did. So now Hangman's a champion, and they have the Trios belts as well. So it makes sense if you think about it. And shout out, by the way, to Samoa Joe for that promo. Apparently, he's been hanging out with Charles Barkley a little bit too much with that San Antonio joke. Victoria's a secret down there, Ernie.
You know what's funny? So, diba, was it Hobbs or Joe? One of them crapped on San Antonio sports teams when the Spurs whooped the asses of the Mavericks. No, they whooped the asses of the Dallas Mavericks, and Wemby had a 40-point season opener.
To be
Diba?
fair, that was a late game. So I think the promo happened first.
Talaga ba?
Yeah,
Okay,
yeah,
okay.
it was a late
Sabay
game.
sila, di ba? Sabay sila.
Parang,
No,
nauna ata yung Dynamite than
I
the
mean,
game.
yeah,
No,
yeah.
kaya, sabay yung airtime, I mean.
Yes.
Yeah. So probably
So, the irony is just funny to me. Pero kasi ako, una ko napanood yung game eh. Then the promo.
Okay.
Kaya yun yung tumatak sa akin. Happy opening week, by the way, to those who celebrate.
Yeah.
So the ops, fun stuff. Fun explanation there of their motivations. Always important, diba? Syempre, when you're doing your character analysis, which we like to do here on the podcast, in which if you're a rookie wrestler, aspiring wrestler, younger wrestler, you should also be doing this. Kasi, diba, that's how you explain kung bakit ka ba nandyan, diba? Why are you fighting? Why are you risking life and limb on a weekly basis on TV? So, Joe and the ops doing some good work here. All right, let's get to the Women's Tag Team Championship Tournament naman. We've got 8 teams, and they revealed the bracket kanina. Some of these teams, medyo out of nowhere siya, like Monet and Athena. Like, I think may connection sila, I guess, stemming from their WWE days or something.
No,
Pero, meron ba?
They did a backstage segment just before the main event.
Yeah. Yung may cake sa mukha si Mercedes, and then Athena was like, let's get you another belt, let's get you cleaned up, let's go. Yun na yun, diba?
No. Their explanation was they were both champs and they were both long reigning champs. Kaya parang they were saying that they were building up the division ng AEW and ROH, so they might as well link up and take over for real.
Saka they are both going after the world champion kasi Mercedes is feuding with Chris and Athena still has the contract that she won.
Pala. Right.
Yeah, you put those dots together.
Yeah,
Neil.
exactly.
Like hindi siya obvious, diba? Like we've said on the pod for years that you can't like do this for the storyteller. But yeah, ako hindi ko agad na-gets yun eh. Hindi ko agad na-gets parang bakit sila naging team bigla? Sina Riho and Alex Windsor. Yun yung diba? Like the story from like the previous month when they saved each other. Yun ba yung
when I think Windsor was still feuding with Monet and diba, Riho saved her. We had that whole rant about.
Right. So, yun, I guess that explains their team. And then you've got some established teams like Tai J and sino yung partner ni Willow? Harley, diba?
Yeah.
Yep.
They put their team together before last week.
Yeah.
Right.
And then
so, yun. Who else we have?
Aminata and Hader.
Yeah. So that one's also kind of random, but I guess they're bonded by their common enemies, which are the Sisters of Darkness. So there's that. Yun, sila yung established team, Sisters of Darkness and Tai J. And I guess Timeless Love Bomb.
And Megan Bain and Penelope Ford.
Right, yeah.
Top Gods.
Right, Top Gods. Yun. So, given all the teams that we've named, sino sa tingin nyo yung front runners to be the Women's Tag Team Champions?
I'll go with Tony and Mina.
I kind of want Top Gods to win this because Megan Bain got lost in a shuffle after her initial signing and her initial push, and Penelope Ford has been doing work then alongside her. Parang I think it's nice to reward them a little bit.
So with new titles with AEW, especially with AEW, they always want to have the names, diba? To carry out as best champions, and the biggest name here is Tony Storm, and I think they Tony
Mercedes.
Oh, and now that Tony isn't chasing the world championship, having the tag titles for her to have is, I think, nice, a little bit nice.
It's a good point you're bringing up, Emil. Now napaisip ako, sino ba yung mga first champions nila for all of their titles? And parang more often than not, it has been a big name, diba? From Jericho to Cody, TBS, si Jade. Riho, Women's World Champion. No, sorry, I was talking about Jade sa TBS. Diba? Sino yung trio? Diba sina Pac?
The Elite.
Yeah, that triangle.
It was the Elite. Tapos na-suspend sila, diba?
Oh, shit, that's right.
Yeah, suspend sila for
yeah. Tama. But yeah, you are onto something here na malamang sa malamang it goes to like the biggest name, if not the second biggest name. So, I think it does make sense na it might be the Timeless Love Bombs, if not sina Mercedes and Athena.
Yep. Sure.
Yeah, then again, why not? Why not add to the sheer ridiculousness of having like another belt, a 13th belt for Mercedes? And
Oo
another
nga, no?
Chowariwap to take the championships.
God, yeah.
That should be fun.
Rowan is pointing out though that the first tag champs was an established one, which was SCU. So
SCU.
it's not far fetched siguro if we could see TJ or Sister of Madness or one of the established teams to win it. You know? So it's gonna be an open field, but yun nga, I'll go with the names here.
Mm-hmm. All right. Finally, there is a lot of beef in the Don Callis family. Konosuke Takeshita was clearly not happy nung lumabas siya after Okada defeated Bandido to retain his championship.
Yeah, it was carrying over from what happened nung pay-per-view. And yeah, it was just a telling story. And it's actually pretty simple. Like they don't have to try and speak in English. The funny thing is the way pinagpipilitan sina Kabuki Warriors of Damage Control. They're just really selling it with their facials, with their body language. So it's actually pretty cool. They found a way to really push the story by the actions, diba? Like
I mean,
oh, you got
Okada
it.
has also been acting really hammy. Like,
Yeah,
sorry,
exactly, yeah.
I pressed the wrong button. Tapos may bungis-ngis smile. Gago na tawa ako dun. That was good.
Yeah. So they found the secret sauce. Like imagine that both companies have their Japanese stars feuding with each other in the same in the same way.
At the same time.
Oh.
What a world we live in.
I love this feud. Bigla ko naisip nga kanina, they're like the A-Rod and Derek Jeter. It reminded me of that dynamic that you got two alphas fighting over the same spot, basically. But yeah,
Dapat relatable sa Pinoy, sinabi mo na lang Shaq and Kobe, ano ka ba?
I mean, one is a big man kasi one is not. So I was like trying to like the equals. Parang di ba ganun. I was trying to think, who's gonna be the eventual face though when this...
It's Takeshita. Takeshita's the face. Okada is bullying him.
Sabagay, si Okada yung mas kupal, di ba? Yeah. That's a good point, yeah. Okada is, yeah, right.
Nili-little brother siya ni Okada.
Sabagay. Yeah, let's see how this is gonna, how far this is gonna go, and it's gonna be a good feud once they finally pull the trigger.
Diba, Emil, nagalit ka kay Arwin Santos. Ito si Okada siya nagsisimula.
Sabagay. Yeah.
All right, let's take another Emil Nate dance break. When we come back, let's predict Halloween Havoc, which is happening this weekend.
Mahal ko, pagkat saan ka man naroon, pintig ng puso ko'y para sa'yo. Naghihirap man ang aking damdamin, nagmamahal pa rin sa'yo, giliw. Libutin man kita'y di ko magawa, hindi pa rin ako nagbabago.
All right, we've got another PLE happening this weekend. It's NXT Halloween Havoc, which is going to be on Sunday morning, 7 a.m. Manila time on the WWE Network. If you want to watch it on Netflix, you can. Kailangan nyo lang ng VPN, although hopefully very soon di na kailangan. But for the time being, WWE Network muna tayo if you don't want to go through the loopholes and hoops of the VPNs. So we've got 6 matches for Halloween Havoc. Let's go through them with our predictions. And we're going to start with this cross-promotional matchup between Javon Evans and Leon Slater taking on Mr. Iguana and La Parca.
Okay. First of all, why are we not having Javon and Slater versus Dark State after what happened nung Bound for Glory? I feel like that would been a layup here. Diba? Like that's the next match to book, but I guess, the Dark State are busy for, against
Emil,
the
ba't kami
Hardys.
tinatanong mo? Ikaw nag-book nito eh.
That was what I was like, I'm confused about.
Pina-explain mo naman sa Hardys na sila yung less back nila ng mga bata eh, diba?
It's gonna be a nice showcase match. I'll go obviously with Javon and Leon. I love this team. Like they're acting they're acting na naayon sa edad din, which I love. They are like both 21-year-old who, goes out there and just having fun. I love it.
Yeah. I like that NXT is the real forbidden door of the WWE. So pretty cool to get this kind of matchup. Obviously, I think to answer Emil's question, because he ain't gone too far to see this yet. They wanted the luchadors for the Halloween show, you know.
Ah, okay, all right.
So you get the nice costume luchadors for the Halloween event.
Mm.
And it's gonna be fun. Right? It's La
Yeah.
Parka and Mr. Guana.
As bagay
And
La Parka nga, no, yeah.
two good high
Yeah.
flyers. Right? So the kids are gonna win this because the kids are getting pushed and you have a champion on one side. So there's that.
Yeah. Yeah, diba? It's Dia de los Muertos. So, all right. Another reason why Javon Evans and Leon Slater are not facing Dark State is because they're facing the Hardys for the NXT Tag Team Championship in a broken rules match. So, we're getting the Lake of Reincarnation, the Hardy Compound, Broken Matt, Brother Nero, Senor Benjamin was on NXT.
I just
Ito,
realized.
Here, no. Here
Go
is the
ahead.
question: does Dark State deserve this match?
I think, yeah. Oh, yun nga eh. Yeah.
Diba? The function, the big part of why the cinematic matches worked is because the
Opponents.
opponents were also decent personalities. Diba? Like the original one is Jeff Hardy. Diba? So here you have Dark State, who are still kind of cookie cutter bad guys, young bad guys. So I don't know if they're gonna have enough personality to carry their end of a broken rules match,
Yep.
of a deletion match, if you will. Diba?
Here's the
So-
thing. Sige,
Oh.
sige. Go
Sige,
ahead.
sige,
No,
sige.
I just realized this is the first time that they are acknowledging broken Matt in canon. Because when back then
si
it was
Woken kasi.
woken Matt Hardy. Yeah. It's weird. It's just weird that they are finally.
Hindi kasi nasa TNA siya eh.
Yeah. Okay, broken Matt is here. Yeah, I think this is gonna be cinematic, no? Na parang it's the same style as they did before. Na it's produced. It's not really like a straight up wrestling match. So I'm looking forward to.
We could be
seeing all-
surprised. Hindi natin alam. They could actually do it at the venue.
Yeah, kasi it's not built as a deletion eh, diba?
Yeah,
So,
it's just a broken rules match.
yeah, so I don't know what that is. So, kung deletion siya, that is to say, if it's a cinematic match, I don't think the Hardys are losing this. Kasi they've never lost, diba they've never lost a deletion
Across
match?
any promotion.
No, wala la.
Diba?
It's their
TNA,
match.
WWE, AEW. Yeah,
Uh,
wala. No.
I'm just looking forward to seeing all the references, diba? Vanguard
Sure.
1, Senior
The dilapidated
Benjamin.
boat.
Oh, dilapidated boat. Si King Maxwell. Diba?
Maxwell.
Ay, Maxwell pala, sorry.
Yeah, King Maxwell.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing all. I feel like they're gonna play all the hits. Because it's the Hardys.
Yeah, and the final deletion turns 10 this year, or turned 10 this year.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
We're that old.
God damn.
So, who wins the NXT Tag Team Championships here? Hindi nyo pa nasagot.
The Hardys.
I said, the Hardys.
Hardys.
Okay. All right. Next up, you've got the Day of the Dead match. It is literally on the nose. Ethan Page takes on El Hijo de Dr. Wagner Jr. North American Championship is on the line.
What type of match is Day of the Dead? Ano yung parang
Hardcore. It's a no DQ match.
It's a hardcore match.
hardcore
Yeah.
na.
It's hardcore.
Kala ko buried na lang. NXT North America lang yung on the line. Not the...
Yeah, not the
Not the
American
LATAM.
Championship.
No.
So, Ethan Page retains.
Yeah, unfortunately.
Yeah.
All right. Sorry, 9 years lang pala yung final deletion. 2016.
Okay. Yeah.
All right, this one should be interesting. The Women's North American Championship. It's Zarya defending on behalf of Sol Ruka against Blake Monroe. This is following yung injury ni Sol Ruka during the Women's Tag Team Championship match nung SmackDown against Alexa Bliss and Charlotte Flair.
Oh, yeah, she got injured nga pala, no?
Parang mali yung bagsak niya.
Now I'm sorry for saying that on Discord that the injury was sus. Kasi like, napansin ko lately on NXT TV, parang feel ko sadya ng pinapahamak ni Soul si Zarya. So that's why I thought there was something sus, because what I was thinking was the match is gonna happen and then Soul's gonna interfere, she's gonna turn on Zarya and Blake's gonna be the champion. So but again, that's just just as crazy.
Wait, so you
that,
think Soul is the bad friend?
yes.
Not
I
anymore.
think so.
Kasi,
Yun nga, she's injured na eh. Wala na eh. Reset na yung story eh. So,
yeah.
I feel like it's time. It's time for Blake Monroe, to have her first championship. I'll go with Blake.
It is actually pretty tough to call. Like, it's tougher to call. Like, Zarya also deserves it, but also Blake is a big star.
Mm.
So it could really go to anyone right now.
Mm-hmm.
I would say Blake, just to justify yung purchase nila of her, diba? Their investment in her.
Mm-hmm. All right. Yeah, I'm all in on a Blake Monroe championship run. Magwawala ako if that happens. All right, next up, NXT Women's Championship, JC Jane versus Tatum Paxley.
Oof.
This is an easy one, actually. JC's gonna retain. Because I feel like the story here is the calling's gonna turn on Tatum.
Mukha nga,
Yeah.
mostly because Zyra's gonna come down and help her. But yeah. No, the wrestling logic, Tatum ended NXT with the belt in her hands, so she's gonna lose.
All right. Finally, we've got the NXT Championship. Ricky Saints versus Trick Williams. Does Ricky retain or magti-3-peat ba si Trick?
This is Trick Williams' graduation match in NXT.
How many times have you said this, Emil? About Trick in particular. How many times in the last year?
God. Probably 3
I
times.
actually think
already.
Ricky is graduating.
Really?
Ooh.
Yeah.
Wow, okay.
There are rumors saying that it's time for a call-up season, and kung ganun din lang, I would much rather call up the guy with with extended wrestling experience over the guy who is still developing in the PC. Diba? So, you had your NXT Championship win. You paid off your investment in Ricky, so call him up. And people are already complaining that he's already in a worse spot than he was when he was in AEW. Because people still think of it as developmental, and he's still small fry in developmental. So might as well bump him up to the main roster.
Man, when is Trick gonna get that call up though?
He's fine. He's young. You don't need to rush Trick Williams.
But what does Trick do? Mga side quests na lang? Like
he's been there since 2.0.
Sure. Okay.
So is Andre Chase?
Yeah.
And Tony D?
Yeah. But I'm going with Ricky here for the reason that I really feel like this is it for Trick.
Okay. Sure. So di kayo agree. Kayo, people in the comments, break the tie. Ricky or Trick? Who wins? May graduate ba? This is actually a fun thing to talk about heading into Halloween Havoc.
Loser leaves NXT.
Yeah, that should be that should be a fun one. So again, it's happening on Sunday morning, 7 a.m. live on the WWE Network. Kung manonood kayo sa Netflix, you're gonna need a VPN. As you know, with NXT PLEs, they're pretty tight. So by like 9:30 or something, pwede na kayo magsimba or lumabas or go on your date or your family day or whatever it is you've got planned on Sunday. So it's just a quick 2.5-hour PLE for Halloween Havoc. All right. As we wind down here, let's get to some plugs. Emil Nate, may stream ka ba ng NBA 2K25 26?
No streams in the next few weeks since I'm still here. And I can't stream because I can't use my laptop for streaming. But yeah, just support the podcast. We've been pumping out some interviews lately, and also
the Lacey Lane interview. It's coming out tomorrow.
Yeah, Lacey Lane interviews tomorrow. So yeah, abangan nyo.
Ro, ikaw.
Well, naman, let's just head to Hobby Stadium next week for Quizzle Pabuza, the Halloween quiz night. It'll be a lot of fun.
Of course, Puso Wrestling Alamat is happening next month, November 30. We're going to end the year strong. The main event is JDL versus Main Max for the Pusong Pinoy Wrestling Championship. We also announced a couple of other matches. Ho Ho Loon is coming back to the Philippines. He'll be facing Jomar one-on-one It's also been announced that Robin Sane will be taking on my guy Ravena. So go get your tickets now at helixpay.ph.
On that note as well, I just over the show, I received a pledge for another ticket to be given away as a prize for Crystal Pabuza. So if you are looking to watch Alamat next month, punta na kayo sa Halloween. Baka manalo pa kayo.
If your name is Julian and you want to prove na hindi kayo AI, ito na. Great chance. Magpakita kayo in person. All right. As for me now, steaming still ongoing. We just dropped our latest episode featuring Walter C., who is a civic society leader in the Chinoy community. He talked about how his sister was a victim of kidnap for ransom in the 90s and how that really rocked their family for the worse, and how he decided to get involved helping yung mga victims of kidnapping. So that's the latest episode. It's up on our feeds. Go check that out. Social media, you know where to find us. It is at Wrestling Podcast on Facebook, Instagram, and Spotify, at Wrestling2XPod everywhere else. Hit that follow or subscribe button and leave a comment, please. And individually, it is at Roeswar, at Chino Supersized, at EML_Meister, at Monday Night Rowan, and at _Stan C. We'll see you at Quizzle Pabuza. Thank you so much to Babyface producer Jasper for putting these episodes together and for always putting us over. And thank you for catching another episode of the longest running weekly episodic Filipino wrestling podcast. For Romoran and Emil Nate, I'm Stan C, reminding everyone to stay safe, get well soon, and don't be a dick. Wrestling Podcast out. Later, Outcasts.
Peace.